So hello, welcome back to Stephen's Forwards, and today I have an update on all the cars for you. And as you can see, it's lovely weather at the moment. It's pretty much SLK weather, which is part of the reason why this car is parked up outside, and we'll come on to that in a minute. We'll also be going on about the Alfa and whether it's passed its recent MOT, and also we'll be having a chat about the SL and some of my plans for that, because I know I've talked about a car before and I haven't really done that much on it. Well, hopefully now is going to be the time to do that. So let's start off with the Brera now. I took this car over to Wales recently, had a fantastic day trip over there, and if you haven't seen the video, please make sure you go and look at that. It's just a few years back. My plan from there was to get the Alfa service and then MOT'd, and then probably put it up for sale. I felt my time with this car is pretty much over now. I've really enjoyed it, and let's be honest, that was always the intention with this car, was to have 6 months, enjoy it, experience it, and I'm so glad I have experienced this. But I do feel like it's time to move this car on. I will be doing one more final video on the Alfa before it gets sold. So you will see this car at least once more, hopefully one more. Let's talk about the MOT though, because this is why there might be more than one video. So they dropped it down for its MOT and decided to do a fail on it on 4 points. So there was 3 points to do with suspension, and there's also one to the brakes. Now, 3 of the 4 points are quite easy to sort. We can get the parts and get sorted quite easily. However, there was a slight hiccup in this because the rear quarter over here has a suspension arm underneath, which basically bolts the suspension of the body, and there's a massive hole in that. So no way can it pass an MOT. I'm also quite surprised seeing the size of the hole there, that it has been flagged up before an MOT, but yeah, we won't go into that too much. So the garage got onto their parts supplier and they quoted £1,100 for a new suspension arm. Now bear in mind, this is just a piece of metal. That's all it is, a bit of pressed metal. That's all it is, nothing complicated. It's not even that big of a job for the guys down the garage to do. So they said either you're going to have to source them yourself, either go down the second-hand route, or you can go and get a new part, but obviously it wouldn't be an Alfa Romeo official part. I've decided to go on the new part route. It actually wasn't that much more expensive. Now, used parts, I saw one go for about £100, and I bought a used one for £193. So not much more to go for a new part, and obviously a lot cheaper than the price of the garage was. So I'm currently waiting for that part to arrive, and then we're going to get this car back in the garage. All the other parts are readily available, and at a slightly more affordable price. So we're going to get all that sorted. We'll get it all MOT'd, and then the Alfa will be getting put up for sale. I even have the advert. I've done more pictures for this car as well. So slightly frustrating that it's still here, and I don't really feel like I can use it too much at the moment, knowing that there's quite a big problem with the rear suspension arm on there. So that is the thing with the Alfa. So I will be doing one more video with this car, so it's not the last time you're going to see it. It'll be do an update video. I'll probably take it for one last drive as well before it gets sold. Now, if you are interested in the Alfa, obviously please do let me know. It's not quite ready for sale yet. It's probably another week or so before it is for sale officially. But if you are interested in the Alfa, please do let me know in the comments below, or drop me a message or an email. So let's move on and talk about this, the SLK. And the first question you probably ask is, why is it parked about outside rather than in the barn? That's because it's such lovely weather at the moment. It's almost into shame to have it in the barn. I'm trying to use this car a little bit more, even to run sort of little errands and stuff. So I thought, let's get it outside while it's nice, and then when the weather turns, in wherever it turns, we are due another at least a week of this sort of weather, so hopefully it'll be out for a couple of weeks, and I can also put it back in the barn. It feeds a little bit of space in the barn, and it also makes sure I'm actually going to use this car a little bit more, because the problem is this car's penned in by two other cars, so I have to move two to get this out, and it probably takes me 10 minutes to do all that and put cars back again. And by that point, I've sort of given up. I just jump in the Beacos and go a lot of the time, so I should really use this car a little bit more. So that's why I've parked it up. It's not going to do any harm sat out here for a bit. I've got the outdoor cover for it. I think that's down in the house. So I'm going to get in a bit and put it on. And yeah, other than that, much to update you on the SLK. You'll have seen my video recently. I did the machine polishing the bonnet and did a few little bits and pieces and got this ready for shows, and it looks so much better since I've done that as well. The SLK is due service. It's just actually flashed up today saying that it will need a service on there. There's a little sort of wench on there. It's like a countdown. I think how many days it's due till it goes for service. So it is going to get a service this year. I didn't do one last year. I think I did one when I brought it, I believe. Did I do one the year? I think I might have done one the year after, actually, yes. So I haven't had for nearly 2 years now. So we're going to get service, get it pushed through an MOT. Last year it had an advisory-free MOT, so hopefully we'll have that again this year. Really impressive that this car turned 25 last year and it had an advisory-free MOT, and it's looking really smart. So yeah, anyway, there'll be some more content coming up on the SLK soon. I'll obviously do a little bit of update video, and we'll go out to some shows. Next show I'm going to is down at Prescott Hill Climb, which I think is Coffee and Chrome and Coffee event, which is owned by run by Footman James Insurance Company. So we'll be taking that down on Sunday morning. That's down at Prescott Hill Climb, sort of north of Cheltenham, sort of Tewkesbury Way, that sort of area. So this is going to be going down to that. I'm really looking forward to it. I did go there for this event once last year. Is it last year? It might have been the year before last, actually. So I haven't been there for a while. I've said I want to go down to Prescott Hill Climb. So that's what we're going to be doing this week, and we're looking forward to. There might be a little bit of a video about that as well. So I'm just editing the video together, and I completely forgot to mention about the SLK. I did have a little fault with it. Just after my last update video, I took it out for a drive a couple of days later, and it really wasn't running right. It was always running on 3 cylinders, really lumpy. Took it down my local garage. Anyway, it turned out quite a simple fix. It was the spark plugs that were playing up, so they fitted a whole new set of 4 spark plugs, and now it's all better. So I forgot to mention that. I thought I'd just quickly jump in and add that in. So while we're here, I thought I could mention the Figaro. Now, this isn't strictly my car. It's actually my partner's car. She owns this, and I just end up doing all the work to look after it and book it in the garage and all that and give it a good detail. So again, go back. I've done a few videos on this car. It's only quite a recent purchase, this one. We've only been out in there a couple of times. We took it up to Chelsea Walsh with the SLK for the breakfast meet. That was really good, and we've done a couple of little trips out in this car as well. And we even went to a local garden centre. We were a bit limited in what we could buy. There was no trees or anything that we could buy. You could always, you did have the roof down, so you could stick it out, but we only went down there for a few bits and pieces, thankfully, so I could get it put in the back seat. So since the last video, that's the last update on this car, we've done a few mechanical jobs to it. I mentioned that it was well overdue a service, well overdue a cam belt. So we got all of that stuff done. I got it booked in with them, and they managed to get all the service done. And then the only bit they're having trouble with was finding the cam belt tensioner. So they had a water pump, they could get the cam belt itself, but they couldn't actually get the tensioner for it. So I ended up ordering that for them, and they ordered the cam belt, they would send it back. So I ordered that as the kit because you couldn't seem to buy the tensioner on its own. At least I couldn't find it anyway. I did have a good look on eBay, went to a few specialists, couldn't find the tensioner actually on its own. You can only buy it as a kit with the cam belt. So I ordered one of those in. While I was there, the garage mentioned that the rear shocks are really, really bad. They were an advisory last year on the MOT. Now, the bloke who did the work, and it wasn't the MOT tested out the garage, but he did mention it would definitely get pulled up, whether it be a foul or not is another thing, but they were in quite bad condition. So I went to the Figaro shop again while I was ordering the cam belt kit, ordered 2 new shocks for the rear, so ordered the pair for the rear. And I have to admit, I haven't driven this car very much since, but it's so much firmer at the back. Literally, it was like you could bounce it up and down before like that. It was absolutely terrible, so I can definitely see the difference there. About £170, I think it was, for the pair, plus obviously a bit of labour then for the garage to fit them. And yeah, it looks really good. So we seem to be coming into MOT season at the moment with all the cars. I've got 4 cars that I need MOT in the next month or so. Obviously, we know about the Alfa. The SLK, we know about that needs an MOT as well. This one also needs an MOT in June. And then my partner's C-Class also needs an MOT. So at the moment, I've got, I think, the Figaro, the SLK, and Ladyship, so I was calling nickname, her Ladyship C-Class, is in about sort of 3 weeks ago. I think they're both I think this is the first one, which is mid-June. I think the SLK is 2nd of July, so I always get that done in June anyway. So probably going to do a few days, just book them in all together, one each day. I had this one, I actually had the Alfa down at the garage on the same day, so I had to drive down there. Thankfully, it's only in the village. And then I had to say, I'll be back in 5 minutes, another one, run back up home, bring the Alfa down. And yeah, we got it, I got it sorted on the same day. So they quite like me down at local garage. I mean, I seem to be paying their bills at the moment, so that's quite good. So let's move on to the SL. I want to start with a bit of an apology because I know I said I wanted to do loads of work to this car, addressing some of the issues over winter. I haven't just got around to it. I'm not going to bore you with several excuses. I'm actually slightly disappointed myself that I haven't actually gone out and spent a bit more time on this car and doing bits and pieces to it. So I want to issue a bit of an apology for that. I know there are people that follow the channel just for this car, as well as other people that follow for the SLK. I know people have joined as well recently for the Brera as well. So I do need to get on with this car a little more and make a bit more content out of it for you guys, and actually start enjoying it myself a little bit more, to be quite honest with you as well. So we did a video update where I did all about little jobs I'm going to do. I think I've done most of them. Obviously, there's still a little issue with the engine not quite running 100%. Now, I've done a couple of little bits to do with that, and I've been following some people on YouTube who suggested some little ways and bits and pieces. I haven't done a film that or anything. I'm going to give an update video at some point on about what I've done and show you what I've done, but we'll save it for another time. I also want to get the hardtop off. I don't particularly like hardtops, to be completely honest with you, but I want to keep this one because it is part of the character of the car and it is part of the history of the car as well, and it is colour matched, so I sort of feel like, I don't have any confirmation of this, but I sort of like this is original with the car. I sort of want to keep all the original stuff that went along with the car, so I'm going to keep the hardtop, even though it's probably worth at least £1,000. It's a bit like the wheels over there with the flowers on the top. Those are Sophie's Figaro. I don't know what they're doing on top of my SLK, but anyway, like the original wheels for the SLK, those are still there. I should really sell them. Not worth a vast amount, but I should really sell them, to be honest. My head has said to sell them, but I quite like to keep them. And if I ever did sell the SLK, I don't think I ever would. I probably would actually put those all back on and sell the free spoke. I think the free spoke would be worth more on their own than actually those on their own. So I know I should probably sell this stuff, and I was getting a little bit sentimental over this sort of things. But the hardtop is going to stay here. I've got a hardtop stand. Again, more money I have to pay out for just to keep the hardtop. And to be honest, now that the car is actually in the barn, I don't really need a hardtop because it is going to stay in here during the winter. So I don't really need a hardtop for the winters now. It's not as though it's going to spend all its time outside in the winter like the first winter I had it. So I'm going to get the hardtop off. I'm going to finally, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, try and get the soft top cover released. Obviously it decides to jam up now. I went out for a lovely day to a breakfast car meet with this. It was a beautiful day, so obviously took the, yes, I had the soft top off, didn't I? Yes, I took the soft top down, closed it all up, went out, fantastic, came back, wanted to put the roof back up, so put the car away and put it under cover. I didn't have the barn at that point, and I, for life of me, couldn't guess soft top cover to release. I must have spent a good hour trying to do it. Now, thank you very much to the people who have suggested a couple of different ways to release that. There is a way apparently for the boot hinges, and I've also been looking at other videos online as well, and there's one way you can get to the boot hinge. There's also a way you can get in with here and the opening here, and there's also apparently a way you can get in even through here at the sort of back of the, where the door is, sort of along here. So apparently you can. We'll see. I haven't yet really had much of a look, so even the people that do get it open say it's an incredibly fiddly job, and it is a job you need a lot of patience because you just have to get it right. I think the one bloke that I watched took him an hour to get it white. so I think that might be quite a long video, that, and I won't make you watch it all. I might try and condense it down a bit, but hopefully you might feel my pain, and maybe we'll put a time up in the corner just to see how long it's taken me. So that is a little update from the SL. There is going to be more content on this car coming up. I'm hoping to use this car a little bit more during the summer as well. So that is an update on all the cars. What's coming up soon? There's plenty of car shows that I'm going to, so I'll be trying to film many of those as I can. There's certainly plenty of drives coming up. I'm also looking to film very soon a 1,000 subscriber special, because we're currently at 843 as I film this. So hopefully we'll get towards 1,000. I wanted to sort of do something to mark getting to 1,000 subscribers. Possibly going to be involved in doing a drive somewhere. Possibly going to be involved in this car, but I'm not going to say anything more than that. I keep sort of teasing you, don't I, with this. I said I was going to do something. Now I'm telling you what I'm going to do and what car I'm going to do it in. So there will be something coming up very soon. I will be filming that hopefully soon. I'm getting the plans underway for that. I think I've got a bit of a plan for it. I just actually need to go and properly sit down and actually go through it now and properly get a plan together for it. So that will be coming up, even if it means filming it, say if I did it in 4 weeks' time, a month's time, whatever. and I didn't release it until I get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to get it filmed and it can just sit waiting to go, really. I want it to go up as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, rather than we get into 1,000 subscribers and think, oh no, I need to actually go out and do this, and the weather's horrible, I can't do this, and whatever, all excuses. So lots of things coming up soon, lots of things I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to try and get out as much as I can, go to as many shows, meets, whatever, as I can in this year, and just use the cars and really enjoy them. And isn't that what really being a car enthusiast is all about? So I've waffled on for far too long now. So it's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the Alfa, the SLK, and we will see you very soon. Goodbye.